When people think about winter sports, they usually think about speed or danger or the weather. But when you follow the money, there's actually one sport that consistently rises above the rest, and it's ice hockey. Across international competition, professional leagues, and major winter moments, hockey doesn't just draw fan attention for a couple of weeks, it actually drives the entire winter sports economy. So I started wondering, why does hockey generate more emotion, more attention, more economic activity than any other winter sport? Well, I looked into it, and here's what the data tells us. Thank you to BetMGM for providing us the data for this video. Okay, so here's the deal. Winter sports are fragmented. There's dozens of disciplines of skiing, skating, and sliding sports that are all competing for attention in a limited calendar window. But hockey behaves differently. It's the only winter sport that combines speed, physicality, the tension of low-scoring outcomes, and sustained global rivalries. That combination creates something rare: repeatable mass engagement. Market data shows that hockey captures a disproportionate amount of fans when compared to other winter sports. And that's especially during international competition windows when the casual fan re-enters and starts watching these sports again. It's not because it's niche, it's because it scales. Here's the key difference. Most winter sports are individual-centric, but hockey, it's identity-centric. Fans don't just follow individual athletes, they follow countries, their histories, and pipelines. And that difference shows up clearly in the data. When hockey shifts from team, league, or club competition to international formats, the way and the amount that people watch changes dramatically. Fan attention doesn't spread out, it actually compresses. Fans become more emotionally invested, more polarized, more committed to outcomes. And that emotional compression is what turns hockey into an economic accelerator. For decades, international competition meant best on best competition, but that changed in the mid-2010s when the NHL barred its athletes from competing and representing their countries in these international competitions. The league decided on this for logistical and safety reasons. Hockey's a dangerous sport. So for more than a decade, international hockey continued, but without the players that fans knew the most. And hockey fans noticed, as the NHL players have begun starting to come back into international competition, people have started paying attention and spending money in ways that the sport of hockey hasn't seen since the early 2010s. Because bringing NHL players back into international competition didn't just improve a product, it reactivated a demand that had been there for over a decade. The clearest proof of this is the NHL's Four Nations Face-Off. This was a brand new international tournament that temporarily replaced the NHL's 2025 All-Star Game. It isn't some legacy championship or decades-old brand, but NHL players were allowed to play, and it was simply elite international hockey with the world's top players for the first time in a decade. And the response was immediate. Engagement levels far surpassed regular season NHL baselines, betting activity rivaled and in some cases exceeded marquee NHL playoff games like the Stanley Cup, and fan attention concentrated heavily around rivalry matchups like USA and Canada. I mean, heck, the US-Canada final of the NHL's 2025 Four Nations Face-Off was the most bet-on hockey match of all time according to BetMGM, even surpassing any Stanley Cup finals. And this is the key business takeaway. International hockey isn't cannibalizing the NHL. It isn't taking away from it. It's not confusing fans, it's sharpening them. Compared to regular season NHL games, the fewer matches draw more attention, fan behavior becomes more decisive, and emotional alignment outweighed neutrality. International hockey doesn't replace the NHL's product, it actually amplifies it. This is where betting data can actually be really useful, not as like a prediction of what's gonna happen, but as an indicator or as proof of what people actually care about. Because the markets, they're not measuring opinions, they're actually measuring like financial commitments. You're physically putting this money and betting it. International hockey doesn't spread attention around, it actually concentrates it. Fans and bettors cluster around the teams they know and feel loyal to, like their own countries. And the numbers show it. Team USA and Team Canada account for over 90% of the money bet on men's hockey futures. That's super different than leagues like the NHL, where the interest in different teams is more spread out. This is why hockey sits at the center of the winter sports ecosystem. It doesn't rely on novelty, it relies on identity, rivalry, and repeatable behaviors. Other winter sports create moments, but hockey creates like this sense of gravity. When you zoom out, the lesson is bigger than hockey. Fans don't engage across sports equally. They engage in the sports that make them feel something emotionally. And when the world comes together for a winter sports run like this, nothing is concentrating sustained emotional connection like hockey. Markets insights provided by BetMGM. Make sure to like and subscribe for more stories at the intersection of sports, business, and culture.